I just slapped together this Assault Fitness Pro X. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about it. I was highly torn between this one and the Rogue Echo. They are similarly priced, both belt-driven models of air bikes. The Rogue one, obviously, if you've seen the Rogue Echo, it's built, I think the common term is a turned a squat rack into a assault bike, which I know I'm stealing a whole bunch of people's terminology when saying that, but that's the best way to put that. This one is a little bit more streamlined, I guess you should say. You'll notice that stability-wise, it is a narrow bike setup, which is super cool. The stability, I would say, is actually pretty awesome. I got in there. I just would say you want to make sure to adjust these little cups here on the bottom up and down. They're just, you screw them in and out to raise it up and down. But once those are adjusted, this thing is sturdy. I mean, I was ripping on this thing after I got it set up, and there's no left or right movement. Put this thing together in about an hour. Provided all the tools in the kit were there, hardware, all that kind of jazz. So I was pretty pleased with that. I mean, that was even with, bathroom break, getting some snacks, the whole nine. So, yeah, this thing came together real easy. The parts seem to be pretty quality, even though they are, this is made in China, designed in America, if you were curious about that. So a couple of features I'd like to point out about this. The Pro X came with a phone holder and a cup holder. This cup holder is actually pretty robust. This is like your pretty standard looking coffee type vessel, which there's drinking some tea in there. Great size for that. It probably could be, this is probably about the largest thing you could fit in there reasonably. So if you got one of those giant big dumb cups, I think the bottom half will fit in there. The screen itself, super easy to use, super intuitive. I think my kids will have an easy time, utilizing this. Moving on, the fan shroud is not present on this one, and I'm not really sure how many assault bikes exist, or fan bikes themselves that already have the fan shroud. I haven't done that much deep dive research, but I know this one's direct competitor, the Rogue Echo, does not come with one. So you have to buy that separate, which is extra money. So if I will tell you, when you get on here and you start going to town, there is a decent amount of airflow. So Assault Fitness has a fan shroud that you can buy. I purchased it about the same time I did with this one. But yeah, it'll be here soon, and I'll throw that on there. Until then, it's not that big of a deal. In here, you'll notice the difference between this and a lot of other bikes is it is belt-driven, which is super cool. You'll notice that there's less propensity for the bike to ghost ride after you get it going and you come off. It's not, your handles and feet aren't going to continue to go. It is belt-driven bikes have been known to be harder to start. I do not believe that's the case with this one. I would say, having used a Rogue Echo and this one is a heck of a lot easier to start. It almost feels like a chain-driven one. I mean, I'm just barely putting my foot on there to get this thing rolling, and we're off to the races, you know what I'm saying? So that's great. Seat for adjustability is really comfortable. Pro tip I used when I was putting this thing together is I set a level on the back side of this right here, because I mean, this design of tightening this on this rod right here, kind of janky. But I would just do that so that, I mean, I'm one of those people that's really sensitive to hip positioning. So if this was off, cattywampus one way or another, it would drive me insane. Speaking about comfortability, if you look down here at the foot pedals, the distance, between cranks and pedals, I would say is pretty modest. It's definitely more than, say, that BMX bike or my wife's mountain bike over there. If you had yourself a very tuned up road bike, you would probably feel like you're walking like a cowboy afterwards if you're super used to that. I do enjoy the width of this. It is very comfortable. Yeah, so I would suggest that to. I would suggest this over the Rogue Echo. This is what I chose to spend my money on. There were some factors with the Rogue Echo that I really liked, but overall, price-wise, shipping-wise, and all that, this made the most sense. I went through Amazon. You guys can utilize that route. Another way you can save some money is if you're military, you go through GovX. You can at least get taxes taken care of. Yeah, and part of the other reason I went with Assault Fitness is the shipping. For Rogue, for me to get a bike, it was almost $200 of shipping by the time we went and did everything. And you can get the shipping taken away if you spend money on certain items and all these other things, which ended up adding a lot of money. So I decided to go with a cheaper route and get free shipping through Amazon. And I'm really happy with my decision. And if you have any questions, feel free to throw those in the comments, or you can message me at this page right here. So yeah, y'all take care, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.